Every time you are betrayed, your brain plays a comforting, pathetic lie. It tells you that you were just a good person who trusted the wrong individual. It tells you that manipulators are simply master of disguise, and there was absolutely no way you could have known. Stop lying to yourself. The clinical truth is far more humiliating. You saw the red flags. Your limbic system detected the predator the exact moment they walked into the room. You felt that subtle, anxious drop in your stomach. You noticed the coldness in their eyes. But instead of walking away, you forced a polite smile. You actively, voluntarily handed the keys to your nervous system to someone who was quietly destroying you. Why? Because the social friction of setting a boundary terrifies you more than the disrespect itself. You are not a victim of bad luck. You are a victim of your own biological cowardice. In the natural world, an animal that ignores the rustling in the tall grass gets eaten. In modern society, a human who ignores the silent body language leaks of a predator gets exploited, drained, and emotionally destroyed. In the next few minutes, we are going to expose the painful truth about why you attract the darkest personalities in society. We are going to break down the exact evolutionary biology of dissection. You will learn the 7 dark psychology rules to read people instantly. You will discover how covert manipulators use your own empathy against you and exactly how their nervous system leaks their true intentions before they even speak. Write this down now. People never hide their true nature. You simply refuse to look at it. Let us dismantle the illusion. Dark psychology and the biology of blind trust. To understand why you are constantly targeted by manipulators, you must first understand the biology of blind trust. Human beings are tribal creatures. For millions of years, being exiled from the tribe meant certain death. Your brain is biologically hardwired to seek harmony and avoid social conflict at all costs. Your amygdala perceives a social argument as a literal threat to your physical survival. When you meet someone new, your brain desperately wants to believe they are a friend. You project your own morality onto them. You assume that because you would not lie, cheat, or manipulate, they will not either. This is your first fatal error. Dark triad personalities, narcissists, Machiavellians, and psychopaths do not operate with your moral compass. They do not view relationships as connections. They view them as transactions. When they enter a room, they are not looking for friends. They are running a clinical, predatory algorithm. They scan the environment, looking for specific biological markers of weakness, high empathy, low boundaries, poor posture, and a desperate need to be liked. They are testing to see how much they can extract from you. And the moment they identify your fear or conflict, the game begins. You are no longer a person, you are supply. To stop being prey, you must master the 7 rules of reading human behavior. Rule 1 and 2, micro-expressions, and the psychopathic stare. Rule number 1. Watch for the asymmetric smirk. We all wear social masks. We smile when we are supposed to. We nod when we are supposed to. But the human face is controlled by cranial nerves that react directly to the limbic system in a fraction of a second. Before the conscious brain can construct a fake smile, the true emotion leaks out. This is a micro-expression. The most dangerous micro-expression in human psychology is contempt. Contempt is the toxic combination of anger and disgust. It is the biological expression of absolute superiority. It looks like a half smile, where only one corner of the lip pulls upward and tightens. When you share your success, a promotion, or a victory with a fake friend, watch their mouth. Before they force a congratulatory smile, you will see that sharp, cruel pull on one side of their face. Their ego is violently rejecting your success. They do not want you to rise. They want you securely beneath them. When you see contempt, the relationship is already dead. Rule number 2, the predatory stare. Society tells you that liars look away. Society is wrong. A skilled manipulator will hold unblinking, intense eye contact. When you speak about your pain or insecurities, a healthy person will mirror your sadness. The muscles around their eyes will soften. But a manipulator's face might perform the shape of sadness, while their eyes remain completely dead and cold. They are not feeling your pain. They are cataloging it. They are studying your trauma as a weapon to use against you later. Rule 3 and 4, manipulation techniques and artificial mirroring. Rule number 3, beware of artificial mirroring. When 2 people genuinely connect, their nervous systems naturally sync. You lean in, they lean in. Your breathing rates align. It is organic. Covert manipulators know this. They cannot feel empathy, so they manufacture it manually. They will intentionally copy your posture, your breathing rate, and your vocabulary. They are actively hacking your mirror neurons to force your brain to release oxytocin, the bonding chemical. Test the mirror. When you feel a suspiciously fast connection with someone, abruptly cross your arms, lean completely back in your chair, look away. A predator will copy your new movement almost instantly. It will feel robotic. It will feel calculated, because it is. They are wearing your personality as a disguise to disarm your defenses. Rule number 4, the trap of over-explaining. Listen to how people answer a simple no. When a manipulator does something wrong and you set a boundary, they will never give you a straight answer. They will drown you in a flood of words, excuses, and irrelevant details. This is called a word salad. They are deliberately trying to overload your prefrontal cortex. They want you to get lost in the explanation so you forget the original disrespect. Do not argue with their details. Anchor yourself to the facts. Let them speak. Hold absolute silence. And when they finally finish their performance, simply repeat your boundary. Rule 5 and 6, body language leaks and spatial dominance. Rule number 5, patronizing touch and spatial dominance. Physical touch is usually warm and tribal. In dark psychology, it is a clinical tool of hierarchy. Watch the person who places a heavy hand on your shoulder during a debate. Watch the person who aggressively guides you by the lower back through a doorway. They are not being friendly. They are testing your nervous system. They want to see if you will accept their physical dominance. If you shrink, if you laugh nervously, you submit. You just told their primal brain that they own you. The next time a manipulator does this, stand perfectly still. Hold dead eye contact. Physically remove their hand. Watch their illusion of power shatter instantly. Rule number 6, the limbic freeze of the lower body. People spend their entire lives training their faces to lie. They completely forget to train their feet. Your feet are directly wired to your survival instincts. If you confront a fake friend with a hard truth, watch their lower body. If their feet suddenly freeze completely flat and rigid against the floor, their limbic system is in a state of absolute panic. They are playing dead. Alternatively, if you are speaking to them and their feet are pointed directly toward the door, their brain has already left the room. They do not care about your words. They are simply waiting for your mouth to stop moving. Rule 7, Machiavellian power and conditional empathy. Rule number 7, conditional empathy and the invisible contract. A predator's kindness is never free. It is a calculated investment. They will do you a massive favor that you never asked for. They will give you a gift out of nowhere. You will feel immense gratitude. But weeks or months later, they will use that exact favor as leverage to force you into compliance. They weaponize obligation. True friends give freely. Manipulators invest, and they always expect a brutal return on their investment. When someone uses a past favor to justify their current disrespect, you are not dealing with a friend. You are dealing with a Machiavellian operator. This is the hidden matrix of human behavior. Every single day, people are broadcasting exactly who they are and exactly what they want to do to you. The leaks are everywhere. The smirk, the dead eyes, the frozen feet, the robotic mirroring. But you ignore all of it. You rationalize their toxic behavior because cutting them off means you have to face confrontation. It means you have to face the terrifying reality of being alone. How to build the armor of absolute indifference. You must stop romanticizing your weakness. You call yourself loyal. You call yourself forgiving. Biology calls you prey. Knowing these 7 rules is absolutely useless if you lack the psychological backbone to act on them. You must fundamentally change how you operate in the social hierarchy. You must stop prioritizing politeness over your own survival. When you spot the asymmetric smirk, when you feel the unnatural mirroring, when you notice the dead eyes of a predator analyzing your pain, you do not explain yourself. You do not try to fix them. You do not start a dramatic emotional argument. That is exactly what they want. They want your energy. They want your reaction. You build the armor of absolute indifference. You physically remove their access to your energy. You treat them with cold, calculated civility, giving them absolutely nothing to feed on. You let their manipulation tactics hit a solid wall of silence. Rewind this if you need to. Indifference is not a feeling. It is a weaponized action. It is the absolute refusal to let external chaos dictate your internal state. Stop ignoring your biology. Stop letting the fear of conflict keep you trapped in rooms with people who secretly want you to fail. Open your eyes. Trust the primal alarm bells ringing in your nervous system. The moment you stop ignoring the red flags, you stop being prey. You become the architect of your own reality. If you want to master the exact evolutionary frameworks that control human behavior, if you want to understand the dark psychology of social dynamics that 99% of people are completely blind to, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Master your instincts. Master the game. We will see you in the next protocol.